My interest in cooking started when I started living alone as a student. Even the Cookathon, this thing, I didn't know it was going to be viral. I didn't tell my parents about it. They just saw me. I was even shocked to see myself on social media. Assuming you asked me this question 2 years ago or a year ago, I might be crying. I may not be able to answer. You can see that I'm smiling. I'm happy that I can talk about this thing without crying. There was a time in my life I was even telling God, can this wait a bit? Can I at least forget some things so that I'll be able to, at times I feel overwhelmed. I'm like, God, can I forget a little bit of what I experienced? Talk about the cyberbullying. Talk about the cyberbullying was just a little actually compared to what I experienced in real life. I was bullied. I was like assaulted in real life. I was broken. The social media broke me. Hey guys, I'm Damlola Parisi, aka Chef Dammy, the fifth child of 7 children. Growing up wasn't bad and wasn't boring because I used to be an introvert who doesn't really like relating with people or talking to people, something like that. I just go to school and come back to my room to read novels. That's what my childhood is all about. And then I studied mass communication, a graduate from Federal University of Oyekiti. So I'm a chef in training. My interest in cooking started when I started living alone as a student. When I entered the university, 100 level, I started living alone. And then, although when I was at home, I do cook. And then, fifth of seventh, my older ones cook. So when I started living alone, living with my sister in school, no, I realized that cooking is kind of fun. You get to do some like experiments in the kitchen, and it turns out well. You want to do more when you do something like that. That's why I really love cooking. I love food a lot. I think Mama Bolu, let me call her Mama Bolu, Boluwatife Fadia. She's very good. My parents are good cooks too, but she's kind of superb when it comes to cooking. She's very good. Mama Bolu. I call her Mama Bolu. She's my sister, actually. Eba, with okra soup, with draw soup. That's my favorite meal. Very easy to, like, I can eat eba and okra soup early in the morning. So, eba and okra soup is my favorite meal to cook and to eat, aside continental meals. But eba and okra soup or ogbono soup is a good to go for me. I attended Federal University of Oyekiti. I studied mass communication, although I focused more on the aspect of public relation and advertising. That was what I actually had interest in when I was in secondary school, when I was in the university. So I love that aspect of mass communication, the journalism, the writing aspect of mass communication, and the advertising and public relation aspect. Doing the unthinkable. Like the idea was well like this. We want to cook for 120 hours. Is that even possible? I was never a social media person. I never knew anything was going on social media about Cookathon or something. They just came to me and said, "Do you know that? Is it possible for somebody to even?" I'm a kind of person I love. Let me see. Is it possible? Let's try it. We can't say it's not possible until we try. You get it? So I love doing anything that impossible. I love trying the impossible. No, to be honest with you, I never did. I never had the because I'm not a social media person, like I said. What I use my data for as a student in FOA, I use maybe download novels. I'll download novels, then go offline to read my novels, buy novels, or I just read, spend my time reading novels. That's what. Even the Cookathon, this thing, I didn't know it was going to be viral. I didn't tell my parents about it. They just saw me. I was even shocked to see myself on social media. After the Cookathon, I saw myself. I thought, how come? Nibola Gbadebi, how did we get here? That was the question I kept asking myself because I never expected to be known, to go viral, something like that. But grace found me, should I say grace found me. Although life taught me a lot of lessons when I was young. I'm currently I'm 24. So you get, life taught me a lot of lessons that I feel like that should have calmed down with me and let me go a little. Some of us, life didn't give us the time. There's no time to grow before we learn about life, learn some things about life. No, the thing is, they said, okay, oh, do you think, okay, oh, this is possible? I said, we can't say it's impossible until we try. Let's try and fail first. If we are unable to meet, like, to cook for 120 hours, then we agree that it's impossible. But first, let's try. That was what I said. We can't say it's impossible. We never prepared. It was like on a Monday. I was informed on a Monday, and the event started on, and we started this thing on a Friday or so. You know, I think this is not just something I don't want to talk about. I'm actually, you can see that I'm smiling. I'm happy that I can talk about this thing without crying, without just being sober or something. But let's not talk about that, please. Please. Well, I'm grateful to them. I know, I believe they'll be able to see this video. I'm grateful to them because through them, life has taught me a lot. Like a lot. Like a lot that I cannot imagine. Like at times I'll think about some things, I'll feel like, are you the one who experienced this? There was a time in my life I was even telling God, God, can this wait a bit? Can I at least forget some things so that I'll be able to, at times I feel overwhelmed. I'm like, God, can I forget a little bit of what I experienced? Talk about the cyberbullying. Talk about the cyberbullying was just a little, actually, compared to what I experienced in real life. But then I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for the gift of good people. After that cookathon of 18, I said I was bullied, skinny cockney. I can't say I was bullied because but people will feel like, okay, oh, this girl has been bullied. I was broken. The social media broke me. I was broken because at times I woke up in the morning, people will see me and say sort of things in real life, not on social media. I'm not talking about social media. People will see me in real life and say something. I'm like, really? I'll go back to my room and, God, why is this happening to me? But then, if not me, then who else? That's just it. If not me, then who else? But I'm grateful. Although the experiences are nice, let me not say, some of us are fortunately unfortunate. Should I put it that way? Some of us are fortunately unfortunate, but then we give God all glory for life, for grace. I will just keep thanking God for the gift of good people, honestly. I'm not pleased that you said your pastor, but let's just call it a man of God. I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest. But then again, thank you. Let me just say thank you to the pastor, honestly. I've grown on a lot. I said it. Life has taught us a lot of lessons. I've grown a lot, and I feel like there's no need to hold anybody in your heart. I'm too big for that, honestly. I'm not trying to be proud, but I just feel too big for that. Anything that I will not add to my waist, to my stature, I'm too short. Anything that I will not add to my stature, I think it's not worth my time. If it's not going to add to me, it's not worth my time. Let me just say, the pastor was used to teach me some life lessons, which I'm grateful for. And now I'm growing. I said, this thing, or the whole experience I had, it broke me until I was able to pack all the pieces. I was able to pick the pieces together, the broken pieces of me together. And I went to God in prayer and said, God, don't fix me, mold something new. And as you can see, I didn't know. I had no idea what God molded after I took the piece to him. But you can see that what God made is beautiful. And I'm loving the real me, the current me. I'm loving it. I never really thought about that. That wasn't really anything hard about that cookathon. No. Because I didn't do it alone. I know they walk alone. You know that song? No, I never thought about it. Was it hard? It was not hard. Just the experience after the cookathon was a bit kind of, because I was not alone. I've never been alone. When I was a student in the university, I don't attend parties. Not because my parents won't allow me. When I was leaving home, they told me, just don't do, you can go to parties. Just don't do what you will regret. But then I choose not to go attend parties or nice party or gathering because I'm not a fan of a crowded place. So let me just say I got exposure, about some things I really don't want to talk about. But even if I'm going to talk about it, I'm just happy that I'm happy talking about them. Because assuming you asked me this question 2 years ago or a year ago, I might be crying, I may not be able to answer. Well, I'm laughing now. I'm laughing at the questions you're asking me, but just recounting the memories of after the cookathon. Should I talk about during the cookathon? Should I talk about all those things? No, don't give me that sign. I don't want to talk about it. Ah, good. I really don't want. I don't know why. I don't want to paint anybody black. I don't want to. I don't. I really don't want to talk about anybody. We are not one. We are not perfect. No one is perfect. So let's just say all of us, we were young. Let's just say all the things that happened back then, it's happened as a result of our age, because maybe some of us are old, but we don't really understand what we are meant to understand. We had no idea what we are meant to have idea of. So it's not really about money, and it's about money. Just the two. Should I just say, people, do you love money? Of course, nobody. If you don't love money, then you love poverty. So let's just say the pastor was done teaching me the life lesson. The whole congregation, they were all done teaching me. That's just about life. When you accept that these people, this is meant to happen, this is something that is destined to happen, you just be grateful for them that it's happened. On the cross, when Jesus said, if God will permit this cup to pass over, some things are meant to happen. Some lessons are meant to be learned. So I just feel like the pastors, the congregation, they are just the part of the story. They make me understand some things that I'm meant to understand. That's why I'm honestly grateful to them. That's why because I feel like I'm not Jesus. They did not nail me. But I just feel like they kind of play part in teaching me some things that are meant to understanding some things about life that I'm meant to understand just at a very young age. Some things that I'm meant to learn about when I'm maybe 39 or 40. I already have the idea now. No time to grow. I don't know. I don't want to talk. I said I don't want to talk about things that at my stature. I don't blame them, because after the accusation, I don't some people left the church when they found out the truth. So I really don't want to dwell much about that, because some people left the church when they found out about the truth, the real deal of the matter. So, we too, Nigerians, or let me just say Nigerians, we believe in pastors. We believe in these things. We believe in whatever they tell us. So like I said earlier, life is meant to teach us some lessons, but whether good or bad, don't blame the people whom through you learned about life. Just accept that it is meant to be and just move on. You are watching off camera. I'll tell you off camera. Okay. Like I said earlier, let's just move on, because I've moved on. I've accepted that some things are bound to happen. So you are meant just learn what you are meant to learn and move on. Holding on to the past, I know what I experienced when I was trying to, because some of these lessons I cannot forget them. There are times I pray to God, can I please forget a little? Because I feel overwhelmed sometimes. I feel like I have too many things going on in my head, and I can't just lay my hand on one. It's best to just let go. Forgiving, forgotten. God. The Cookathon was not meant to be a Guinness this thing. It was just like a fun. Is this thing possible? And I said, you cannot say it's not possible unless you try. You get it? As we did the Cookathon, we were not able to finish the 120 hours. We will try again the following day, even if they don't want to try. We will keep trying until. But it was not about Guinness record or something. Let's just see if it's possible. I told you earlier, I was never a social media person back then. I didn't know whether the Cookathon of a team, cooking, it was just, I had no idea of what was going on the social media then. So it was after the Cookathon I started paying attention to what was going on the media. People who never knew you, so they know you now. And then what are they saying about you officially? You know what? Guinness Book of Record is about collecting record from somebody. What if I start giving out records? I would prefer to be a record giver than be somebody collecting. No, that one is actually a bit of. I'm very honest. On a normal note, that was just like a challenge. Is it possible? But now, to talk about me, Talk about Chef Dammy. I would rather be someone who give you record than to be somebody who stress myself to just because I want to collect Guinness from Guinness record. No, I'd rather be the giver. I'm a cheerful giver, but you must watch the record that I'm going to give you. Life is generally beautifully ugly. Let me just say that. There are good sides to life and bad sides to life. But I've experienced both. The experiences that I could say life generally is it's just about the bullying of a thing, Bullying is a thing of the memory. Psychologically, you get disturbed because somebody said this, can you call? You are assaulted in physical life, in life, physical, in real life, yeah, you get it. But then again, life is beautiful. I said it, everything is just a lesson. But now, I think I'm grateful. I have no regrets. I was bullied, I was like assaulted in real life, but then I'm still grateful to God. I was going to school that particular day. I just lived my normal lifestyle. No, then I got to school that day, first day. On a normal day as a student, before the cookathon, the normal me would just, my hostel is not far from school, right? I'll just go leave my hostel, then from phase one. My hostel is not just a stone throw from school. So I'll just leave my hostel, go to phase one, take cab from phase one, then to phase three, because phase three is my department's listing. On one of these days I'm talking about, and just entered Jamariwa that day, coming from phase three. I entered, when I entered, I now met some guys in the car. And I'm like, yeah, Chef Dammy, come and see what these guys said to me. I go to I was still a child, but now big girls don't cry. You can say whatever you want to say. I don't care. So, on that face, they said a lot. And I'm sure if they are watching, if they can see it, they know themselves. They said a lot. Or more verbally, they said a lot. So, like, let's not just talk about it. But it's cool. It's cool. They are doing well. But now, there's nothing you can say to me. I'll just be looking at you because I don't care. I don't give a F now because I don't really know. I took marijuana with them now. They're like, after saying whatever they wanted to say, they're like, are you even meant to be? Now they follow us enter marijuana like this. When they said a lot from from phase three to phase one, then I heard myself, okay. I was just looking at it because I was short of what to say. I'm not a kind of person of many words. When I got to the hostel, I had a test that day. Thank God I finished my test. Even if I didn't finish my test, even if I had not done my test before that, I'll still do my test because I will just leave the problem one side, do this thing, go back home. If I want to cry, let me do what I want to do first. I'll cry later. That's just my lifestyle. So I didn't say anything. I was just looking at them. I listened to all they had to say. Step down from the marijuana, go to my hostel. As a normal girl, I had my bath, ate, and think about it. Let me not say I cried. Let me not say I cried. I just eat. Even if you want to cry, eat first. That was what I did. Eat, have energy. So cool down. That was it. That's just life. It's not be okay. Then when I cried, it was not because that thing got me, but I had other things in my mind. Just like when it becomes too much, the thing was kind of too much. It was draining me. Like I have to just cry. Well, after crying, you feel a lot better, and when you cry finish and you back, you will sleep. Seriously, it's not a bad thing to cry. Honestly, it's not a bad thing. It's not a big deal. But cry with tears. Me, end it up. I can't kill myself when God has not killed me. Oh. Honestly, I didn't give myself life. Why should I take it? Just like when you know much about life already, you've seen wars, you've seen a lot. I've seen Shege, and Shege have seen me. We both seen ourselves. Sis, never for once thought about that. Because when I say gift of good people, because I had my parents with me then, I had my lawyer, barrister, Taniel. That woman, she'll be like, Dammy, do you want to come to my place? Do you want this? Do you want that? Why? Why? I have people who love me. Even if social media people were talking about, like, okay, they were talking about, they were bashing me left and right. But then I have good people. They love me. They love me at home. So why should I? So Miss Hilda, during the cookathon, I was not with my phone. They collected my phone then, and after the cookathon, like few weeks after the cookathon, I got my phone back. They told me Chef Hilda posted something and said, "Kiniko, Kiniko." I never knew Miss Hilda, so I had to go and, oh, she did this thing. That was when oh, this woman actually did something like this. I was even surprised that, wow, someone actually did cook at home, Miss Hilda, something like. I tried to go and check that, wow, this is all about Chef Miss Hilda is all about cook-a-thon of everything. I was actually very impressed, and I saw the screenshot of the post she made, that ride on girl, something like that, something like that. So I texted her, and she followed me a couple of days ago. So a couple of days ago, a couple of days ago, I texted her. No, I have nothing against anybody. I'm just living my life. Just I never expected anything to, like. I never expected. I didn't do the cookathon because of Guinness World Record. I said it. My childhood, school, my room, and read novel. What should I call myself? A conk introvert. So why would I search for fame when I don't like being seen? Why would I do that? Or chase clout or something, whatever they call it. To chase clout or something. Somebody who doesn't like being seen. How will I want to chase clout because I want to be known on social media? This thing I was not meant to be known. Like I never planned to be seen on social media. But then Grace found me. It's possible. Like what is meant to be will just be. Although I suffered from it, but I'm enjoying it now. Did my pastor chase cloud? Do you think my pastor chase cloud? Do you think they chase cloud? But I don't think so. Yes, I would. I don't think I'm crazy. But the whole thing that I experienced during the cookathon, while I was in the kitchen, up the kitchen, when I maybe talk about when I maybe take 5 minutes break or something, everything that I experienced, I will still want to experience it again. But then not all of them are fun, sure you get it. But I will still want to experience it again. Because if you don't experience some things, you won't understand some things. They say experience is the best teacher. I had these experiences. Yes, experiences are crazy, they are fun, they are this, they are no. I said this earlier, I have no regrets. I have no, although these things are not really fun and something, but then if I should turn back the hand of time, I will still want to do it again. Can you get? I'll still want to do it again. The biggest lesson that life has taught me so far is just live every moment. Enjoy every moment. If fun comes, enjoy it. Because the opposite of fun might be the next thing coming. Life is a stream of lessons. So you just enjoy every moment. Live life and love it. Just it. How much I made during the cookathon? I really can't say, but the few I can lay my hands on, let me just say, the couple of transactions that I saw. The one Mr. Fekomi gave me, one man, Mr. Bamishaye, my anonymous mom, and let me just say, like 3 million naira. Like 3 million, let me just say it, like 3 million. And the ones that my, like, Madam Bola Omoekiti, something like that. I still have some of their listening in mind. So let me just say 3 million or 3.5, around that. 3 million, 3.5. Yes, I did. I supervised catering work, actually, because before the cookathon, I used to be a ghostwriter. I told you I'm an introvert. I used to be a ghostwriter, but after the cookathon, I started being supervising catering work. That was what I did before your father boy called me that, what are you doing in Ekiti? Are you done with school? Come to Lagos! And it happened. My goal is just to keep becoming the best version of myself. Because I never knew I had this aspect of me. I never knew there is more to me. I'm just living every day to see the better version of me. And this current version of me, I think I'm loving it. I'm just living my current life to see tomorrow. Because tomorrow is bringing a better version of me. Because you know what? If glory of the latter is not greater than the former, then you should be expecting more. Should I say that silence was a digestive process because I took in a lot of things. Let me just calm down. You know, when you put something in your mouth, you chew, you know, you chew it, you swallow it, there's a process of we call digestion, right? I just tried to digest everything that I took in during the cookathon and after the cookathon. I tried to understand what was going on. I don't used to go out. I rarely post online before the cookathon. But I found myself there. I found people talking about me. Before the cookathon, I was somebody who I wasn't known before the cookathon, right? But then now that it's happened that I'm known, I try to understand what it's all about. What being known feels like. What it feels like to be known. I try to digest everything, try to understand the current stage, and try to like reason the way forward. That was what I did. You know, everything I experienced was kind of too much for me to digest. So it took me a lot of time. I've digested it and now I'm glowing. So what I would say helps me during the during the whole saga, if I'm talking about gift of good people, I'll still attribute it to God. I'm not a church person, but I'm a God person. That's just it. If I'm thanking God for the gift of good people, I was surrounded by good people. The wife of the governor of Ekiti State assigned to me a lawyer, and a good one at that. My parents were there for me. Like I got the best friend I never dreamed I would met in a long time. So I met someone, I met a couple of people, and I met kings, I met queens, I met ministers, commissioners, and all. The greatest of them is the gift of good people. God really, like, that grace was much. The grace of good people. I found favor in wherever I go to. I found favor. Although people were talking bad about me on social media, but in reality, grace of God is speaking for me. The Spirit of God was there for me. That's what I'm really grateful for. Be expecting the unexpected, honestly. You know, I told you this is somebody new. God already molded something new. He made something new already. So you should be expecting the unexpected. Partially Lagos. Lagos life is expensive, to be honest. And I'm not a full-time working class person. I prefer, as a personal chef, somebody call you, like, Lagos is too expensive. It's not for small girl like me. Although I am a big girl. Yeah, I'm a big girl. When we talk about experiences, I'm an old woman. I'm an old woman when you talk about experiences. But Lagos is too expensive for me, honestly. I can't say if I'm going to settle in Lagos because Lagos is expensive. I don't want to do what I cannot. I don't want to overdo myself. I don't want to do too much. Lagos is too expensive. So I'm not sure if I will stay in Lagos permanently or something. Lagos life is expensive. Yeah, at a cost. At times, you don't want to think about what people will say. At times, you want to think about what people will say. For example, let's just say, for example, you know what netizen could say. You know what they can say. So, for example, I feel like all of us, we have these clothes that we like. You get it? All of us have this clothes that we like in our wardrobe. For example, I put on this clothes today. I like it. Maybe in 2 days' time, I put it on. I use it for content. In 3 days' time, I use it again. They'll be telling you, is this the only clothes you have? But assuming you are not a public figure, who knows? Say yes. You just have to be buying things, getting things, like use your last card to buy things just to, because if people, you know, what people say doesn't matter, but sometimes it matters. Say you get. If it's really a real deal, it matters. It doesn't matter, but it still matters. That's just what you just have to be careful and all that. I've always been a careful person before the cookathon, but then I just have to be cautious, be conscious, and be cautious all things together. The issue of being afraid, the issue of fear won't take you no. Fear will take you nowhere. Honestly, just do it. Do it and fail. If you fail, try again. Don't be afraid to try the unthinkable. Try the impossible. Try something crazy. Just do it. If you fail, try again. If you fail, just be when you are doing it, be watching yourself step by step till you get it. Watch every step. Document every step. Then if you fail, you trace down back to where you trace your steps back to where you made the mistake. That's where you find your way. Then you try again, and you won't be able to make that mistake. You will see that you get there. Jollof rice or fried rice? I love vegetables, so I will still go for jollof rice because you can actually induce, you can actually add vegetables to jollof rice too. Most overrated Nigerian food. Pizza and black soup. That soup is overrated, wallahi. It's actually, but I've tasted the foods I've tasted. They are really nice food, but I feel like people will be saying, black soup, black soup, black soup. Since black soup is overrated. Most underrated Nigeria soup is okra soup or belala sepo. Ah, God. Let's just say whiskey. Because he's kind of a coded person. Even if I cook for you, nobody will know unless I post it. So you get it. He's kind of a cool person, an introvert. Somebody like, let's just say. But then I want Miss Hilda to taste my food too. Honestly, she's a chef. But what do you have? I've tasted her food. So I think I would love her to taste my food too. That's it. And whiskey. Okay. I don't like when my kitchen is messy and when the kitchen is overcrowded. I really don't like overcrowded kitchen. God made me. I won't be God. You know, I'm a kind of person who don't love to be seen. When I'm doing my thing, everybody should just go and stay in one corner and be watching. But now you just have to, what you don't like, you just have to adapt to it in case you are in a situation where you have to work with a lot of people. I think that's what HBS is training us, teaching us to something. I don't like a messy kitchen, and I don't like an overcrowded kitchen. So, but then you just have to adapt to it. In case life brought you to where you have to work with other chefs, not chefs, other chefs. Now, culinary skills. Should we talk about stock making? Should we talk about soup making? Should we talk about knife skill? Should we talk about? So, should I rate myself? Let me not be proud. Let me give myself 7.5 over 10. I'll give myself 7.5 over 10. Under 5 minutes. Nigerian meal. Under 5 minutes. You can make eba. Under 5 minutes. You know, as a chef, we make mise en place. Our mise en place is this thing. Under 5 minutes. If you want to make gari with if you want to make eba with obela alasepo, if you're just white obela alasepo, I can do that in 5 minutes actually. In 5 minutes because we make our mise en place first. So that mise en place is out of it already. So you just have 5 minutes to cook it, to boil water, something like that. Because I love obela, I think I can do that. I've never tried it though, but until I try it and say this thing will not work out, this time is too short for it. But then let me just say obela and eba. Easiest Nigerian meal to learn to cook is obela alasepo. Obela alasepo and eba. Walai. And then jollof rice. Nigerian jollof rice. Jollof rice is easiest. Should I say it's the easiest to cook? Jollof rice, Nigerian jollof is the easiest to cook actually. But I love eba and obela alasepo now. I think it's easy to cook too because I love it. I think it's easy to cook. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to Instablog Nigeria TV. Thank you.